Hey, for all my veterans out there, have you thought about actually moving abroad after you got out the Navy, or thought about taking a job overseas with your family? I know some questions that came to mind when I was getting ready to move abroad was, what happens with my medications that I need? How will I get them? And also, what about my medical care? How am I supposed to pay for it while I'm living outside the country? Well, stay tuned. I have all that info to give to you. Welcome back to my channel. For those who don't know, or this is your first time here, my name is Heather and I am a veteran. I served in the world's greatest Navy and I was officially medically retired back in 2020. If you are currently watching this and you are about to be med boarded, or you are on TDRL right now, don't forget to check out my other two videos that I have done on the process from start to finish of being med boarded and what to expect after you're med boarded. I will link those videos at the top of this video. So let's rewind a little bit. Back in September, I took a trip with my daughter to Mexico and we stayed a month. We ended up loving Mexico so much that we wanted to return. So in about 90 days, I packed up my entire home. I sold what I could, donated as much as I could, and we left with 6 suitcases. 4 regular sized suitcases, 2 carry-ons, and 2 animals. In between that time, I was really researching and asking around, and I really could not find any videos that explained, what programs are out there. Yes, I know you can check the VA website, but it's kind of like really cut and dry, black and white. It's really, there's like nothing in between. It's just really black and white. So a lot of the things are just like very boringly written. So I like to watch YouTube videos so I can get a better understanding from someone else's perspective how these programs actually really work. So normally when we would travel, I would get a 90-day supply from my doctor's office and I would travel with those 90-day supplies. But outside of that, I would have to return back to the States and then wait another fiscal year to get another 90-day supply. So we would travel once throughout the year for several months at a time, or we would do short trips where I would already have my medication. So let's get to it. As a veteran, there are 2 important programs that you should really know about if you are thinking about moving abroad, or you're being stationed abroad, or you are getting a job abroad. Now, these 2 programs may or may not apply to you. It just depends on how you were discharged after the Navy. If you are medically retired, then both of these programs do apply to you. If you just got out and did not retire, then only one of the programs will apply to you, but we're gonna cover both of them. So the first program we're gonna talk about is called the Foreign Medical Program, and it's set in place to help veterans that are living or traveling abroad. This program is set up to help veterans pay for their medical expenses, their medications, and any other medical needs that they might have that are service connected to their disability. Now, it's super easy to enroll. It took me about 5 minutes. I downloaded the form from the VA website, and you can email it to the community care office, or you can mail it, or you can fax it. And the enrollment was just as simple as that, super easy. I believe I did get a confirmation that I was officially enrolled in the program. Now, what you need to know about this particular program, just like in the States, how the States will not cover certain things, this is how it also is with this particular program. If you were in the States and the VA will not cover it, 9 times out of 10, they will not cover it as well while you are abroad. Also, the only medical treatments that are going to be covered are those that are service connected. That's really important. So don't think that you can go to the doctor for something else and the VA will cover it. They will fact check it to see if you are rated for it and if it goes in line with whatever disability that you may have before they will cover the payment. Unfortunately, right now, it does not cover elderly care or assisted living homes. So with the VA, normally most people are seen at a VA hospital. I've always seen civilian doctors. So this kind of works the same way while you're abroad. You can see anyone that's licensed of your choice. Just make sure they are a legit doctor and they do have a license in whatever country you're in. And you will have to pay out of pocket at first, but that's why you file a claim to get reimbursed. Just make sure the receipt that you do get is in English, or if it's in their original language, of course it might take a little bit longer to get your claim approved because they will probably have to translate your medical document. But if they do offer it in English, make sure you get it in English. Make sure it specifies what treatment you are getting, what it is for. Make sure it has a price. Make sure it at least has your name and birth date somewhere on there so they know it's you. And all you have to do is go online and download the claim form, and you fill it out and you submit whatever receipts that you do have, and you can fax it, you can email it, you can mail it to the community care office. I will have all those numbers listed in the description box for easy access, so you guys can just reference it for your own needs. For those that are on Chapter 31, you also may be able to receive services while you're abroad and you're in school. But make sure you check with your community office just to get the full details on that. Also, with those that are using Chapter 31, you may also be eligible for dental services as well. So once again, how easy is it to file a claim? All you have to do is make sure you have your documentation in order, print out the form, and submit it. I don't recall seeing an upload button. Things may have changed, but there's always the fax, there's always the email, which I suggest is the fastest route, especially if you're living overseas. I would not bank on the mail system or a fax. Definitely email is the safest route, so at least you know that it did get delivered. Okay, so the second program I am going to be talking about is called the Tricare Overseas Program. Since I'm medically retired, I do have Tricare Prime / Tricare for Life, since I do collect Social Security benefits. So Medicare will pay first, and then Tricare will pick up whatever Medicare does not cover. So what the Tricare Overseas Program is essentially a program that is just like Tricare in the States, but it's usually for service members and their families while they are stationed abroad. However, it also applies to veterans who have been medically retired, but it also applies to some veterans as well. Basically, you will be enrolling in Tricare Select in a nutshell. Just like any other Tricare program, they do have enrollment seasons. However, there is a loophole. If you have any major changes in your life, such as you moved, you got married, you had a kid, these are all loopholes where you can enroll. But you only have 90 days to do so from the time of that change. So Tricare Overseas is kind of like any other insurance. They have in-network and out-of-network. Of course, in-network is always going to be the military bases or facilities. However, there are out-of-network providers that you are able to see for medically necessary Tricare covered services. I think it's really important to note that mental health is very important to many of us, especially a lot of us veterans and service members. Tricare may cover psychological and medically necessary telehealth and telemedicine services while you are abroad. But make sure you contact your Tricare Overseas Program coordinator just to verify and to get more details. So how do you enroll in Tricare Overseas Program? Pretty simple. You go to the Tricare Overseas Program website and you put in your information. You actually have to make a login first, just so they can verify who you are, and you sign up that way. But it's really important that you update your address through DEERS, through the benefits web enrollment. You probably know what I'm talking about. You've probably done it 1,000 times, but you just go there and you update it. If it's not reflected on the Tricare Overseas Program, just make sure you do that first and then come back to it. Now, if you do have trouble like me, they would not allow me to do it. I think I messed up somehow, or their systems weren't updating. So I had to call and enroll myself and my daughter in the program. I actually had to call Tricare Prime in the States, the Eastern region, and let them know I was disenrolling from Tricare Prime so I can be picked up for Tricare Select. So for the veterans that do have service-connected issues, one thing that's very important to know about Tricare Overseas Program is that you cannot file any claims for anything that is service-connected. You have to file that with the Foreign Medical Program through the VA. Now, if you are going to the doctor for just a sick call or just normal doctor care, those are the types of claims that you need to submit with Tricare Overseas Program. Now, if you have medical appointments and you have to get labs done, for example, and some of those labs are service connected and some of them are just general health labs, check your cholesterol, your urine sample, then what you can do is you can submit them to both. However, just annotate on the ones that you are submitting to Tricare Overseas program that the VA is covering whichever ones that you don't want Tricare to cover, and you can submit it that way. So another factor to keep in mind that there is a deductible that you do have to meet. So starting January 2021, there are 2 different groups. I will be considered Group A because I enlisted before 2018. And there is a monthly fee that you do have to pay to keep your enrollment. So the fee is about $12.50 per person. But if you have a family, then it is $25 per month or $300 annually. Now, the people that don't have to pay this are active duty members and their families, medically retired members, and survivors of those who died on active duty. So just keep that in mind. But as always, for clarification, the website will be at the bottom so you guys can do your own reading. And if you have more questions, you can definitely call the 1-800 number. Finding a provider is really simple. They do have a provider tool where you can look up your region and find a provider that is geared toward whatever medical need that you are needing. For me here in Mexico, the area that I am in, I did not find any providers that were in my area. However, I did get in contact with the provider at a hospital that another veteran down here was seeing for specialty care, and I went and saw her. I was able to get a receipt and filed a claim. There weren't any issues at all. Just to note that it's also really important, once again, to make sure that these doctors are licensed doctors. Make sure your receipt is an official receipt and not something that I would say is handwritten for the most part, but it's really important. So that way when you file your claim, it will be super easy and there won't be any extra questions asked. Okay, lastly, medications. Now this is such a huge thing, especially when, as a person that has autoimmune diseases, I've been on hundreds of different medications over the past 11 years. And it's very hard to stop medication cold turkey or switch to something else that your body is not used to. It's kind of like trial and error. So if you know, you know. There is a veteran named Frank who started a program, a pharmacy, I believe with his dad, called MEDICI. And what MEDICI does is they provide medications to veterans. They are contracted through the VA. They're 100% legit. And you get your medications, they deliver your medications to you. So the backstory is I was in a group, I believe it's Veterans in Mexico, I believe. And I saw his post and I contacted him and he gave me all the details. He asked if I was enrolled in the foreign military program. And at the time I wasn't, so I enrolled in it, and he asked just for a copy saying that I was enrolled in the system. Then he made me an account and I was able to log in, see all my information. You'll be able to see what medications you did receive while you're here, and you'll also be able to see the medications that you were currently taking. Now here in Mexico, not all the prescriptions are available here, which is okay because there are alternatives, but also some medications, for instance, my Butrans patch is not available in the same MCGs. So that's another thing just to, do your research on to see what medications are available in the country that you're traveling to, and also what medications you are able to get in that country. So once I went to the doctor, I did get a prescription for 2 medications and I submitted it to Frank. That same day, I received notification that my medication was shipping and that it will be there, I believe, the next day or the same day. So my medication was being delivered. I actually asked to pick it up at the DHL because the way the mailing system is set up in Mexico, it's way different than the States, and I wasn't waiting around all day. And plus, I had somewhere to be. So in the States, you pick your prescription, you go to the Walgreens, the CVS, the Walmart, wherever, and your medication comes like this in a bottle. You have like a barcode, You have your name, you have like the doctor's name, everything, just like this. Now, in Mexico, it does not come like that at all. So it comes in a box. And this is my medicine. Literally, just in manufacturer boxes, no name, no label, in a little box like this. It does have the date on it, and I actually just noticed that it has a price. So this particular medicine, just for this one box of Pentozolo, was 864 pesos. 864 pesos is about $41.71 as of today's currency rates for just this. This was $840.31 pesos, and this was $40.57. So just to do the math, let's just say round it down to $40 each. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is like $200. 4, 8, 12, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 20. Yeah, about $200 worth of medications. And I didn't have to pay out of pocket for anything. It was covered by the VA. It came straight to my home. Well, I kind of picked it up because I didn't want to wait around for the delivery. But definitely sign up for it if you don't know about it. I can only count for Mexico. I'm sure there are other programs out there that do this in other countries. But if you are coming to Mexico, definitely sign up with Frank. I'll put his information also down in the description box. So with that being said, I really hope this video helped someone out there make the decision, or I hope this helped clear up some fears or answer some questions that you do have. If you do have any other questions, please feel free to drop a comment in the comment section and I will respond back to you. Thank you again for watching, and I hope you're enjoying my videos. I will catch you guys on the next video. Thank you so much and have a great day. Bye. I don't want no combo, I want checks. I don't want the second, I want best.